hit the Lord.
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode, the premiere episode of Talking Shh with Carmen Simmons. And today, my guest is my co-executive producer, Arturo Ayers Jr. Y'all recognize him from In Style and Uncut on Foxy and Prime Video. What's up?
Your boy. And I got merch. Listen, get my book. I just want to help build you. I thought it was a game. Listen, if you're a hustler, if you're a dreamer, listen, get the book. Every day, 2020, 25. Let's go.
So, I mean, if you watch the show, then you already know where these shenanigans are going.
You wanted me as your guest. You requested me. Thank you. I am here. What up?
Today's episode is brought to you by Plush Beauty. Check the lips out.
Oh, where can they get that? Because that's popping. It's juicy, too. It's moist.
Very juicy. This one is Pretty Ricky. Now, if you go to InStyleLiner.com and you click on the shop tab, you will find Arturo's book, which is I Just Want to Help.
Oh, get that right now.
And you will find Plush Beauty. We are highlighting the red colors right now because it is World AIDS Awareness Month. And these were created in honor of my mom.
Let's go.
We're also shouting out our non-sponsor, Black Leaf Vodka.
Bottles.
They are organic vodka. And guys, I have to tell you, it is smooth.
Yeah. Goes down easy.
So make sure you go to InStyleLiner.com and find us on all social media platforms, and you can find the link for Black Leaf Vodka, for I Just Want to Help book, Plush Beauty.
Yes.
So,
what's up?
We're just going to talk about some shenanigans today.
What you got? It's a lot going on.
Talking shit is not about a formal interview.
Yeah,
we are just talking shit about what's going on in the media and life. And so there's a couple of things going on. So we have had another sighting of Wendy Williams.
Big Wendy. Let's go.
I have to say, I am so excited that we keep seeing her because I grew up in New York City. I grew up on Wendy Williams being on the radio when it was the Wendy Williams Experience. When
and
we got that heat.
How was that?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, basically, she's giving us the tea on all the celebrities. This is pre-social media. So in order for you to get the juice on people, you listen to radio, you watched, certain TV shows, you read the Inquirer, and Wendy Williams is a legend. She's a shock jock.
Yeah.
So she was spotted again. Once again, she was in Miami. They spotted her outside of a restaurant. Apparently, she was going off.
I mean, is there something wrong with that? She's getting something to eat?
No.
She's human.
So she does have a scooter.
Okay.
And apparently it's
probably a very expensive scooter, too.
A very expensive scooter, as she said in this post that we in Miami posted. So according to them, she was in the restaurant. She decided that she wanted to walk herself out.
Yeah.
And when she walked herself out, her scooter should have been out there, and it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
She does have handlers with her.
Yeah, they're getting paid.
So she's visiting from New York.
Okay.
We still don't really know where Wendy stays, but
I'm sure it's extravagant. It should be.
It better be.
Where do you think Wendy's staying at when she's in Miami? I don't know. What you think?
I think she's with family. Every time we've seen her now, all the sightings are with family.
So she got a crib.
But she does have handlers traveling with her for the holiday season to see her family.
Okay.
And so they were supposed to have her scooter outside, and apparently they didn't have it where they were supposed to have it. And the car, was it the black car, the black SUV?
Yeah, extended all day.
Was not where it was supposed to be. And so Wendy, listen, if she is suffering from dementia, she snapped back into Wendy Williams, got the heat real quick.
And got the cussing.
She's going off in this video. She is the Wendy that we want to see. So I'm excited every time I see a post about her. I really am. I'm not even gonna lie. Did you listen to Wendy Williams? Do you remember her on the radio in New York?
Of course. BLS, DJ Antoine Qua, and Antoine Qua. Antoine Qua, that's Jersey. So of course, growing up, 4 p.m. or 4 p.m. or either 2 p.m. where you catch Wendy Williams, early Charlamagne the God. All day. Yeah.
That's where you gotta start.
Shout out Antoine Qua, DJ Antoine Qua, New Jersey. You already know. Mustafa, Shaw Williams, you know it. Yeah. Jersey Greats.
Hell yeah. So Wendy is back in the building, and hopefully she is healthy enough for us to see her a lot more often. I don't expect to see her on TV or on the radio or podcasting yet, but I am happy to see her in the media because she looks good.
That's dope. She's making a comeback. Yeah, we here for it. Let's go. Hey, bring the big deals in for Wendy. She still got it. She never lost it. There's no talent out there anyway. I mean, come on. So it's not rocket science. And bring in the dollars to us too. You know, it's go time. Season 2, In Style Atlanta Uncut on Fox Soul. 6 episodes on demand right now. Go tune in. Tap the link if you Google InStyleAtlanta.com, Fox Soul. We popping up everywhere. You already know. We the new. You know, they the old, we the new. You know, this is real. Real money in, real money out. You're seeing yourself in us. We living out our truths. Like it or not, we here. You know?
So speaking of people living out their truth.
The book.
Recently in the media, we've also seen Clarissa Shields going at it with the legendary rapper Papoose' estranged ex-wife.
Yeah. But Remy's dope though. Remy is dope.
I
wouldn't say Remy's estranged.
No. That they haven't been together, but they are still married.
Yeah.
And so apparently, like, we never really heard why they broke up. We just know that this is like Love and Hip Hop's legendary couple. They're always talking about love and being
Should it be all in the media? Maybe they trying to keep
it was just
do they owe that to fans and the audience, to the world at large?
I'm gonna say yes. The reason why I'm going to say that is because they made their relationship so public to say that they're promoting marriage, promoting black love. They're the face of hip hop black love. Yeah. And so if something goes wrong and this black love isn't working anymore, I think that it is okay for them to also share that too.
So you
because that's a real situation. We want to see that just as much as we wanted to see you guys in love and you promoting love, stay together, marriage. Now that y'all are not together, we need to understand why. Like, what happened?
So what happened? Yeah, so what
happened? Now it looks like Remy is trying to create a narrative that Papoose may have stepped out, even though we were seeing Remy with her now supposed boyfriend.
There's been a lot going on.
Been a lot going on. And
now, do you think there's any truth to that? Just your opinion.
Well, I'm not really sure because now he is supposedly dating a boxer, Clarissa Shields. And she also has a movie coming out. Or it may have dropped. I have to double check. But she has a movie about her life. Like, she is a very well-known, major, story.
She hit a nigga with the left, right, uppercut.
Yes. And so she recently went on.
But Remy hit you with the pow, pow, pow.
I mean, so she's a boxer.
Yeah, but Remy got fire. Remy walking around with the fire, though. Okay?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
But aside from, because, that is what she went down for.
Yeah.
But
she ain't play no game.
If they had to step into the ring, we talking about a trained boxer.
Hey, but you know what? It may be good for UFC, right?
Oh my God.
I think these people, these are celebrities.
My God.
These people are worth millions of dollars.
What are you saying?
Remy, please don't get tricked. Papoose, please do not get tricked. All of these people got deals and record deals. Use this entertainment to boost your sales and get into movies. You guys are amazing. You're intelligent. People need you, brands need you, and you know it. So make this work for you guys. The boxer, they of course, the company that's putting on her fight.
Well, let me ask you a question, because like I said,
this is good press. It's good press. It is what it is.
Wait a minute, let me get a word. Clarissa Shields, her movie, The Fire Inside.
Yeah.
That is starring Ryan Destiny, so it was a pretty big deal. And do you think that this is like a convenient press stunt for her movie?
I mean, I think it's definitely convenient. I don't think they planned on it, but I think at this moment, all of the Shade Room, the Neighborhood Talk, the baller alerts of the world, InStyleAtlanta.com is posting it. I mean, Jason Lee is posting it. Hollywood Unlocked. I see Angela Yee. I see Academics. I see, I mean, the list goes on and on. The TMZ is probably next if they haven't already.
Because it's in theaters today.
It's big business.
And last night, Clarissa went on to her live and she said that she is going to be Beyonce in 2025. She's not going to address anything anymore.
Oh, okay.
You know how secretive B is.
Yeah.
So she's saying she's going to be Beyonce in 2025 and not address any drama anymore. But it is kind of convenient that she decided to say that.
It's all convenience.
On Christmas, the day that her new movie, The Fire Inside, comes out.
She can't mess that bag up.
So now
She's probably making millions from that.
Does all of the clickbait drama between her and Remy Ma stop now? Because now the movie is out.
Hey, I mean, maybe Remy got a split. Papoose got a split. He got a new single coming. It's big business.
Go in the comments below and tell me, what do you think? Do you think that Clarissa Shields and Remy Ma and Papoose strategically put together this wild story?
Is it strategic?
Just so that they can have, or she can have, enough drama to stir up media for people to Google her and look her up and actually also find information about her movie that came out on Christmas Day.
Okay. All right. So we're going to see that in the comments. All right.
Yeah. Let's see.
What's up? What you got next? What's up?
Let's see. Okay, so...
What else is on your brain? What is everybody talking about?
Oh, man. Everybody is talking about Jay-Z and P. Diddy. Like, that's always headlining the news.
So what you think is going to happen with Jay? I mean, let's be real. Do you think that, all of this that they're saying, allegedly that, he... allegedly touched or raped or, is associated with a minor, whatever that is. I don't believe that to be, again, I say allegedly, this is, these acts are all alleged. No one has ruled on this. The courts have not ruled on this. So this is just, that's why I believe he's so furious, as anyone would be of his stature and structure and hard work. Being the visionary that he is, the GOAT that he is, the legend that he is. This is J motherfucking Z. You feel me? I'm from Jersey, but of course, Jersey and New York, we got that family tie, that bond. And, Jay is the East Coast all day, So to hear this going on, I'm like, yo, what is going on? It's totally unacceptable. He's got daughters. He's got a family. This dude has always stood up for values, I don't know him personally, I don't know if you know him personally.
I don't know him personally. I've never met Jay-Z. I have seen, I'm from Brooklyn. Yeah. So I have seen, Biggie and the Junior Mafia around. Yeah. I've never run into like Little Kim, but for the most part, it's not hard when you grow up in the 90s in that era to like run into people because they would still be like out on the street. Yeah. You mess around and walk in the corner store and run into somebody famous in hip hop because hip hop wasn't as big as it is now. So the celebrities, their bigness and their greatness is way larger now than it was then. So you could still kind of run into them. But I'm just going to say that I don't believe that Jay-Z raped the alleged victim. I don't believe that her story is true just because there's a lot of inconsistencies, but there must have been something,
and that's diabolical,
that made this attorney actually take this case.
Yeah, I mean, was it thirst? Was it this? And I got a Jay-Z, I got a Puff story.
I want to hear both of them, but let me say two things.
Okay.
I think as an attorney, you still have to be smart because you do know that they'll countersue, and no attorney wants to have anything on the record to create a losing record. And this is a major case with dealing with major figures. Yeah. But I do think that it is opening a door for people to investigate other things, just like what happened with Puff.
Ooh, that's when it gets crazy.
Because I was a teenager in the 90s that had older men trying to holler, I don't think that it's far-fetched to say that maybe Jay-Z had one or two dealings with somebody that was underage, because back then, And allegedly, I'm not accusing him.
But I mean, how can
but
you...
back then, people did do stuff like that, and it wasn't really a big deal. Nobody checked them on it. You know, you might find a guy that's 20-something, and he's still got a girlfriend that's a teenager because she like 15, 16, and they think she fine. And because the friends, it really wasn't frowned upon the way it should have been.
Well, I mean, early on in society, people would get married at 12.
Yeah.
You know, like that. I mean, that was you know.
Those are years and years ago. However, you know, as we grow as a society and become more educated and understand the mind, and you know that if you're that young, you don't have the mind and the maturity to make a decision that an adult would. But like I said, back then in the 90s, guys might be fucking with a teenage girl, and it wasn't really frowned upon. So I don't think it's far-fetched to think that maybe that he did or they did allegedly, but I don't think that he raped anyone. I can't wrap my mind around that part.
Because you got to think about it. How do you get to the event? Of course, these events are not put on by Jay-Z and Puff. These events they're put on by organizations. They are scheduling Jay-Z and Puff, paying all of these artists. They know what time these people car service are going to pull up, security details. You know, the venue has security. The event that's throwing the event has security and people that are working the doors. I mean, there are whole teams behind this performance, this production.
Yeah.
In anything, any television show, anything. Our TV show, I mean, there are people behind the scenes, story producers, production crew, post-production crew. There's so many moving pieces to these productions that need to be put on. I say that to say, I mean, how do you think this young girl knows where to get in to these exclusive? Because I've been to parties, I've been to after parties. These are not things that you would just know. Like, hey, here's the after party, and Madonna and Puff
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Michael Jackson and Little Richard is going to be here. And here you go. Anybody can get in. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's possible, though.
Is it someone else in on it?
It's possible,
like, you got to think about it. And why are you thinking Jay-Z would throw away his empire? He's hot.
He didn't have the empire that he has today.
He's hot. He's got Rockefeller.
He's a famous guy with a lot of money.
He's got Rockefeller.
But like I said, these things weren't frowned upon.
He's got Steve Stout. He's got movies at this point. He's got documentaries. He's on private jets. Are you crazy? He's the guy. Now we're looking at it in the music industry. You know, the hedge fund companies, the major record companies, they're looking and they may understand like how the infrastructure of our culture works so much, you know, off and on. You know, maybe they do, maybe they don't. I say that to say that, you know, listen, back then, you had to be talented. These guys were talented.
Absolutely.
It was their record company. They had artists under them. Cameron, Dipset, Beanie Siegel, Memphis Bleak, all of these superstar artists. These label heads, Leroy Cohen, the powers that be at Def Jam, they empowered these people to do that job.
Sure.
And they executed.
Sure.
Do you think they would throw all of that away? That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that they were looking at it as something that they would be throwing away. I think that because the culture of dating young was not frowned upon. Think about it. That time in the 90s, in the late 90s, they met Aaliyah.
Yeah.
Dame in recent interviews is talking about the fact that him and Jay were both vying for her attention. And ultimately Dame Dash won, but Aaliyah was very young when she died, which means that they met her when she was a teenager too. Now she might have been like 19, 20 years old, but it was not frowned upon to date younger.
But you said 19, 20. She's grown.
Well, I'm using her as an example, but we don't know when they actually met.
And then it depends on where they were at. If they in, you know, a southern state, it may be 16, 17 at different points that consent or
either way, statutory rape is a thing.
I don't think that they were preying on, and R. Kelly is a different
I don't think that they were preying upon young girls.
Yeah,
I think that it wasn't hard for young girls to end up in a party.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody would have questioned why they were there.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a story. My cousin used to work for Uptown Records. This was when Puff was actually
what's their name?
He shall remain nameless because we don't speak today, guys, but shout out to him.
Okay.
But he worked for Uptown Records.
Okay.
So occasionally he would take me to work with him. I met the Lost Boys, Mary, whoever was in the office that day, I met them.
Yeah.
and that was actually when I also met Big for the first time. It was coming outside of the building. He was with his manager, Mark Pitts, but Mark Pitts is also a longtime family friend, so I've been around a couple people when I was young. Now, I say that to say that my cousin was going to a party at Justin's.
Yeah.
Uptown or Midtown. I don't even remember where it was at, but it was in the city. It definitely was a 21 and older thing to get into because it was a private party, but it was at Justin's.
Okay.
And he worked at Uptown, so he know everybody.
So people would sneak in.
He didn't have to sneak me in. He just walked me in.
Okay.
He just walked me in. He had one of the high boy tables set aside, and he was like, "Hey, sit here, don't move."
But exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is,
it could be an inner working job. So, but I'm saying
it wasn't
it could
about
be an inner working job.
thing.
So you figure. So think about this. You getting into the event. You know where to go. You wake up and Jay-Z and Puff Daddy is right there. What?
What I'm saying is that if somebody lets you in, it's not impossible to get in. I came in, he told me to sit down while he walked away and mingled with his coworkers and his friends from the industry, but I easily was sitting there at the table by myself, having probably a Coca-Cola, and one of the bodyguards who we've seen in the media, they were there, and it was just kind of like, yo, she's sitting at the table, she's with me, and that's it. Anybody could have came to the table and hollered at me. For any reason, I could have just got up. I was like 15, 16 years old. Who cares?
As many places that I have been.
Inside the building is my point.
As many places I have been, and I have gotten into places underage myself, of course. You know, that was the thing. You were young. You sneaking in. You getting in. So, I mean, things could have happened. I don't know. I hope not. You know, I pray not. You know,
pray
I got
not.
a story, exclusive story. I got a music friend, childhood friend, producer Eric Hudson. I remember when Eric first, Grammy Award-winning producer Eric Hudson, he's got the new Chris Brown record too. He produced the new Chris Brown record with Black Tuxedo Residuals. He's amazing. Eric is a genius, a child prodigy early on. Eric is getting his publishing deal at the time. I believe Nova Perry was his attorney, and it may have been at that point that Jaha Johnson was managing Eric Hudson. I don't know. If it was Ken Joseph, Jaha Johnson, or
shout out to Jaha,
or
shout out.
Kedar Massenberg. Okay. Kedar was the first black president of Motown before Motown Universal, before Ethiopia, right? So this is New York. You know, Kedar manages Joe. You know, Eric was working with Joe. He also the label also had House Algebra. She was from Atlanta. You know, so I remember all of these times. So we're in New York. We're at Cipriani's. I believe we may have been with KP. Because I believe,
shout out to KP. We in Atlanta.
I believe Kawan Parther was managing E at one time too. I remember that. But we went out to eat, and this was just like my guy. That his first of all, his father wrote "Holiday" for Madonna, and that was just like crazy, right? And you know, my childhood friend of listening to his music every single day, he was incredible. His album, he was songwriter, he would do everything. In like the 6th or 7th grade, one of our neighbors to the city was KG from Naughty by Nature. I went and knocked on KG's door and said, "Hey, I got this young kid, because I'm 3 years older than E. I got this young kid that's freaking incredible. He's a producer. You gotta hear him, right?" Right. So I saw and witnessed all of this from the ground up. You know, E's working with everybody. He finally gets a few singles, Omarion, Flashing Lights, Kanye. And he's taking meetings, and it allots us this lifestyle out of him, and he gave a lot of that light to me and showed me so many things. So, and one of the things was we're at Cipriani's, New York. This is a moment, right? I gotta paint this right. It's a moment.
Paint it. Let's go.
You know, my man is getting on.
Okay.
You know, he signed like a $1.5 million admin publishing deal years ago. So it's like he's super young, fresh 18. He's on, you know, he's on. He's in the studio. Mary J. Blige is coming to the Hit Factory in New York, you know, the old Sony Hit Factory and Sony Studios, all of that, to see him. You know, I remember these moments. We're out to eat, Cipriani's. We see one car pull up, and security hops out. Big ass security hops out. Cipriani's, New York. It's a scene. It's a movie night. You know, it's a movie. You know, the lights out. Everybody's rich is out. You know, it's packed in there. We're standing up. You know, and we see a car pull up, and I mean, pulls up like a movie. Fast pulls up. It's a Maybach, right? One Maybach. and then security's outside.
Okay.
Big security, like what the? Everybody's looking outside, like it's got the whole Soho movie feel, mafioso feel. We in New York, we like yo, and then another car pulls up, and that's a Rolls Royce. So security gets out of there. We like yo, who the hell is this? Get out, and so the doors open. Jay-Z pops out. The other car, Puff pops out.
Oh.
And me and E are like, yo, what is going on right now? What's going on? What's going on right now?
It's the right night.
And if you ever seen Jay-Z, he's tall, in person. I mean, it's Jay. He flies up a Jay-Z, nigga Jay-Z, nigga back, you know what I'm saying? Puff is Puff. Security or it's a movie outside. They come walking into Cipriani's. Walk right up to us, dap up E and his attorney and different ones like that. And, they probably had a meeting going on.
Right.
But it's like you're seeing them walk through this crowded room and everybody's rich in there and they just bumping into each other.
As fuck.
Listen, it's a movie. So I say that to say, seeing that and seeing how humble they were. I met Puff, I've met, Jay. They humble guys, I think a lot of people have met them. I don't know, man. I'm just praying for the whole thing, praying for the victims, and listen, get out of that. For the new rappers and artists, stay low. Peace. Get the book.
Stay low and don't do trifling shit. You have your whole life and your career ahead of you. You don't have to do things to put you in jeopardy of going to jail and losing everything just to have a good time. There's other things to do. But listen, that's all for right now. Thank you for tuning in for Talking Shit. Thank you, Arturo, for joining me for another chat on Talking Shit. That's Talking SHHH. You can find us on InstaAtlanta.com. And make sure you find us in the shop page.
Let's go.
For Arturo's book.
Stop playing. Changing life.
That Plush Beauty.
Let's go. You ain't got product. You ain't working.
And listen, we got a lot of merch in there. I got some cute shit.
Yeah.
We'll see you soon.
Peace.